What's going on, everybody? You're at the barber's table, and here's another video. Alright, I've been reading the comments, I've been replying and everything, and what I've learned is that everybody pretty much isn't getting much from my videos. I put letters on there, I put like little phrases like halfway, all this stuff, and I thought it would help much. But since some people are having some trouble, I decided that I was going to start putting voiceovers on them. So I hope you guys like this voiceover. But before we get into this video, I have a couple announcements. If you look around, I am in my dorm room. Finally came back to school. This is my last year. My last year in college, right? Studying psychology, by the way. So when you see me cutting, I'm in the stairway at school. Also, top 5 ways to grow a high top is a video that a bunch of you have liked, and a lot of people have been asking me about this LOC method. So I decided that I'm going to make a video about it. That should probably be coming in next week, I want to say. I'm trying to put up videos every Sunday. I'm really busy this year. As you guys can tell, this is a senior year. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I'm really trying to push these videos out so that you guys can get something out of it. If you're new to this channel, I do haircuts, I do tutorials, I do haircuts and tutorials. I do haircuts, tutorials, story times, just overall hygiene. Just you know, a bunch of videos. We do a bunch of stuff. If you're here for if you want to see more stuff, giveaways and all these different things I'll probably be doing. When I get to 5,000, I'll also have a giveaway. You have to be subscribed, but if you don't want to subscribe, you know, you can do that too. But you know, whatever. If you want to subscribe, stay for a while, and let's get into this video. I've done enough talking. All right, guys. See y'all later. Right here, I'm just using a 1.5 guard, halfway. Make sure you put those teeth right against the head so you can cut a smooth cut. And this is me balding the client's hair. You want to make sure your your edges aren't zero gapped when you're doing that. I switched to the clipper because it's more powerful. It's easier to take it out. Then now I'm about to switch back to the edges just to finish the bald. And when you get to that line, you want to make sure that you're not creating another line, so it won't be hard to fade. All I'm doing here is I'm just getting as close as I can to the line. Here I'm just going right, like about an inch under, like. And then I'm gonna go above that inch, go like in the middle of that inch, so half an inch I'm putting it down. So you go up and then you press down to bald it out. And if that doesn't work, I kind of use the edge of the blade to kind of tether it. And then bring that edger back to make sure that I finish fading it. Here, I'm not really shaving him up. I'm just kind of making a rough draft of his hairline just so I can see where I want to fade, because if you know where the hairline is, you can make a more even fade rather than fading and then putting the hairline. It can make it a little harder for you. If you're professional, or if you've been doing this for a long time, all those you know, experienced barbers out there, you probably don't need this step, but you know, for beginners, you may want to make a frame before you make make the picture. So now here, I'm just going up an inch about and leaving that front part, so that the hairline will look a bit better. As you can see, that so it gets a little lighter as you get closer because the baby hairs. And make sure you flick out so that when you fade to that next line, you know, it's not that difficult to fade out. And using a 1 guard here, open, just as before, no guard, open. And I'm flicking up just about an inch, if not a little more than that. And as I get to the top, I'm using the corner of the blade, and I've switched to a 1/2 here, and I close it all the way to fade into the 1/2 halfway. And all I'm doing here is attacking that line with the one guard closed. And that's, if I stress that to anybody, make sure that you attack the lines, because if you don't, you're scared of the lines, you're gonna end up with them. So make sure you attack them. Don't be scared of that line. It can be a little bit intimidating, but you know, you see how it's disappearing? It's because it used your clipper as an eraser. But don't get too crazy with it, because then you start creating new lines. But you know, and here I'm using a half guard. I usually switch in between halfway and closed with the half guard. Yeah, and so since it didn't really do the trick, I went back down to my no guard. One trick that I learned, the camera cut off, but one trick that I learned is when you create a line with something, you take it out with that same thing. That's it. Like, you can't, you see, I created the line with this open guard, this no guard, so now I'm basically doing the same thing, taking it out with what I created it with. That is very important. That's a little trick I learned early on. And see, I created that line with the closed clipper, so now I need to go back and take it out with that same thing. And you can see you shouldn't go too far up, because then you might start creating new lines. So what I usually do is I just tap it first, you know, just to kind of just take it out a bit. I'm gonna go a bit higher, a little more later. And now all I did just there was I went a halfway, and now I'm going a bit higher. I set the blade halfway. Now I set it open and going higher. This is just, I'm just trying to get as basic as possible, because I sense that some people haven't gotten from just the words. So I'm trying this voiceover thing. If you guys like it, let me know. It's definitely something new for me. I'm not used to editing this way, but you know, I'm trying. Thanks to all the supporters again. 3,000 subscribers, 3.5 thousand subscribers. It's pretty cool. And happy Labor Day to everybody. If you've watched this far, you guys are the realest, because this is one of my longest videos. And you see, I'm just using the corner of the blade here. It's just nice, like it's just fading it out. You can see how harsh that line is on the back of his head. And it's because you have to attack the line, and I'm going above the line with what I created it with to take out the line. I can't stress that enough. And going back and forth, sometimes it's gonna take this much detail. This is why I haven't fast forwarded this video. This is the first time I haven't really fast forwarded the whole all the steps. Only fast forward it once the camera cut, because you already saw that part, so you know. And here I'm just, you know, going over again, because it can look, it looks kind of good, but I'm trying to go over the dark spots and make sure that the fade is as good as it can possibly be. I do that a lot. Yeah, then do the same steps in the back, but the back though, you can see it's a little coarse, a little hard. It's harder to get the line out in the back, so you might have to play with that a bit more. I think even after I turned off the camera, I went over that again, because it's just that much. And here with the hairline, you want to make sure that you tap the line, don't go too far back, because then you push the hairline back. Try and be as natural and sharp as possible. For here, I just went as light as possible. I didn't really go far back, and then I show him the mirror and ask him if he wanted to go further back or not, because you know, the further back you go, of course the sharper it is, because you go back into the coarser hairs. But I tried to make it look as natural as possible. That's my goal at all times. No enhancements, nothing like that. Then I just go over it with the blade. Keep that blade flat. I don't use any gel or anything most of the time. If you have really dry skin, I tend to take it out or something, but overall it's a sharper shave without it. And yet again, I go over a bit. This is gonna be quick though. Just go over with the half, like around in the no guard to one guard area, just to make sure it blends from no guard to one guard better. And I can't believe I didn't say this before, but that brush, make sure you brush, because it's gonna just stay in the hair. The loose hairs are gonna just stay in the hair, and it won't be the same fade after the person takes a shower and those loose hairs come out. And yeah, now I just spray him with alcohol. This is 90% alcohol. Thank everybody for watching. This was definitely new to me. I appreciate all my supporters. We're on the way up, man. I'm definitely gonna stay committed to this cause, and you'll see a lot more of me. Thanks for picking the Barber's table.